Very good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I must thank your professors who are kind enough to welcome us to your campus. And I'm very happy to know about your institution, Rukmini Devi Institute, in the field of business education, particularly, and even the courses like computer applications, I came to know, being a leading institute in Guru Gobind Singh IP University. And my background is that of University of Delhi, and I fondly remember when IP University was started as a university in Delhi. Many of our professors from the North Campus, from various departments, actually moved on and joined the very founding. And that time I was a first year LLB student in law faculty. One of our professors actually moved on to become the first dean of the law school, the law department at which is now called University School of Law and Legal Studies in the IP University. And Delhi University certainly played a very important role in setting up of the university, which has now flourished to become a very big university, what I understand. So I must congratulate all of you, all the students present here, for being a part of this institution, for being a part of GGSIP University. And I mean, it's a great thing to study something like business, which runs the world. Uh, OP Jindal Global University is a new university. It started in 2009. Jindal Global Law School, where I work for past 6 years, started with some 10 faculty members and 100 students in 2009. That was the first school of the university. In 2010, we started with Jindal Global Business School. In 2011, the Jindal School of International Affairs. In 2012, we came up with the School of Government and Public Policy. In 2014, the School of Liberal Arts. And the newest school is School of Journalism and Communication, which is coming up in 2017. Uh, the university, since very beginning, uh, has focused on few things, and I'm very happy to tell you today, in a very short span of time, because 7-8 years, we have not yet completed 8 years. On 30th September 2017, we'll be completing 8 years. So in 7.5 years, actually, what we have achieved, and I mean, the way it was visualized in 2009, you all are part of a private higher education institution, and you all know how in India we are so biased in favor of the public higher education institutions. We all think about DU, JNU, IITs, IIMs. Most of the premier institutions in higher education are the public institutions. So in 2009, when Jindal Global Law School was started as the first school, with 100 students and 10 faculty members, it met with a lot of skepticism. And there was a widespread, even, uh, doubts and concerns about the quality and standards of education, for which I mean, and to a large extent, many private higher education institutions are responsible themselves for this impression, this idea, this perception, what is there in society. But what we have done so far in last 7.5 years, now we have become 125 member faculty, some 2,000 law students, and we are the largest law faculty in India. And if you compare Jindal Global Law School as a law school with any law school in South Asia, law schools in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in Taiwan, in mainland China, even if you compare with law schools in the UK and US, I tell you, you won't be disappointed. In 7.5 years, we have become the largest law faculty of India, and now our students are almost reaching at every top place in the legal world. They are, I mean, some of them are working in law firms in London, in Singapore, in Abu Dhabi, in Hong Kong. Some of them have joined almost every top law firm in India, is where JGLSS students are working. Almost every high court, mainly the High Court of Bombay, of Delhi, of Madras, of Bangalore, the Supreme Court, most of the leading chambers, law firms all over the country, and even, I mean, outside, a large number of students are proving their, mettle internationally. So it has been an amazing journey, and I'm very happy being here. I don't know how many of you have ever given thought of studying law after graduation, but I'm also here to encourage those few of you and invite those few of you who think about a 3-year LB program, which I studied at Campus Law Center in Delhi University way back when some of you were too young. It's I was 2004 batch LLB, and then I pursued my LLM in the same faculty. Uh, 3-year LLB program, unfortunately, after the emergence of national law universities, because many of you might have heard about national law universities and CLAT exam, and emergence of 5-year law program, many of you might have thought after class 12 of a 5-year law program. But I tell you with all responsibility and authenticity, that a 3-year LLB degree program is as good or even better than what a 5-year law program offers to students. The reason being, if I see the 3-year LLB program which has joined this year in our campus, we have an 80 students class, and out of that 80 students, 8 students came from different foreign universities to study law in India, and they came from those universities who themselves have great law schools. We have students who came from National University of Singapore, which claims to be the global law school of Asia, and which is certainly the finest law faculty in Asia. It is the only Asian law school ranked in top 10 in the world. We have a student who, after completing a bachelor's degree from NUS Singapore, another one from James Cook University in Singapore. There is another boy who came from University of Massachusetts in Amherst. There is a student who came from University of Toronto from the Victoria College. There are students who came from universities like Warwick and Leeds in the UK, Queensland University of Technology in Australia, and then there were students who came from all over the country. There are students who came from Loyola College, Chennai, from St. Xavier's, Mumbai. There were 6 students from St. Stephen's College, Delhi, who joined our LLB program. And many of them actually left the option of studying law, not only at University of Delhi, not only at Indian Law School, but even at leading foreign law schools like Warwick and Leeds and National University of Singapore. So something what we have done with the even 3-year LLB program, which most of the institutions actually neglected, and particularly in the rise of 5-year law program in national law universities, what was actually left behind when I joined LLB, the 3-year LLB program was the mainstream program. There are very few national law universities in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kolkata, and which were recognized. But today there are 20 national law universities. And with passage of time, the 3-year LLB program actually became the secondary option. What we have done at Jindal Global Law School, we have strengthened our 3-year LLB program in a big way. And I'm very sure and confident to tell you that whatever rigor, whatever academic curriculum, whatever is being offered to the JD student, JD is the term used by American and Canadian universities for LLB degree. That's called Juris Doctor. So whatever the best JD program offer in places like Harvard and Yale, because law is not taught after class 12 in any of these foreign countries. Law is offered only at postgraduate level, whether in the US or Canada or Australia, or most of the developed countries. The rigor involved, the kind of courses offered, the academic programs, and I mean the faculty members who are teaching and everything, what we do in our 3LB program, it is on par with the best in the world. And certainly I'm very hopeful that the law school will maintain that standards, because 5-year law program is already very popular, and we have to refuse admissions to thousands of students across the country who write our LSAT India exam and seek admission. I am here to interact with those of you who have any query about studying law, any query about the 3-year LLB program, its prospects, its future, its curriculum, courses, careers, what lawyers are doing after graduation, things like that. I am very, conscious of the fact that you all are studying business. And I have Professor Jasmine with me. Professor Jasmine is a Taiwanese national, and she comes with a very distinguished background. She teaches accounting, product management, and other courses. but she's also a qualified CPA of the USA, which is like Indian Chartered Accountant, and worked in many companies before getting into academia. It is very, very rare that people get into academia from the industry after working in the fortune companies or in, premier organizations. But thankfully, we are successful in attracting some of the finest minds from across the world. Today, some 25%, rather 20% of the faculty members at our campus are foreigners, and the remaining 80% who are Indians, almost every one of them has qualifications earned from world's top universities. We might be the only university in India where there are 90 professors who come from top 100 universities of the world. And you might be aware, none of the Indian university even today feature in top 200. So we are actually, in all seriousness, the university strived to create a world class institution, and that was the vision when Professor C. Rajkumar, who was teaching in City University, Hong Kong, and who approached Mr. Naveen Jindal to give some 400-500 crores in a philanthropic way to set up a world class law school and university in India. And Mr. Jindal committed, and something which happened today, some 150 universities all over the world have associated with us, including universities from Taiwan, universities from some 30, 40 different countries. We have brought some brochures for you. You'll find that after the session. But I will actually encourage all of you to ask as many questions as you can from both of us. I will answer to you about studying law, about, whatever query you might have about studying law. And Professor Jasmine will talk to you about studying business and how, the paradigms of studying business is changing in India and all over the world. So she will share her global perspective, her own experience, and even her. So I'd like to invite her, and then we'll open for questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Anand, for giving us such a great introduction of Opportunity Global University. Let's give him another round of applause, okay? Yeah, it already got me all excited. If I were your age, this is the kind of organization that I want to be in. This is the kind of university that I want to come. I'm going to actually maybe flip the coin a little bit because you heard about the school where I came from, the school I represented. And today I really wanted to share with you a little bit about just a secret, I guess, I realized after I gone through my years from getting my undergrad in Taiwan, working for a few years, deciding that I want to go to US for my MBA, getting my CPA license, realizing that CPA is great, but it's just not fulfilling for me. Let me try something else. I joined a startup where you have 50 employees. Everybody was, moving so fast every day. And when I was working as an accountant in the organization, I realized that, you know what, accounting is okay, but there's something more exciting for me to do. Let me do some business analysis. So the best part of that is when you are in a smaller organization, you are able to find the opportunities very easily. So that's how I transitioned from being an accountant, becoming a business analyst. And then when the time comes, we are getting acquired by a much, much larger organization. I then jump on board saying I want to be part of your product team, okay? Because I was able to learn so much from the startup. And let's see if I can actually join the product team in eBay. That's where I used to work for. That's kind of how my journey was, okay, after I finished my college degree in Taiwan. But why am I here though? That's something that I want to tell you. Why am I here? People always say that you should feel secure, you should feel happy, and you should feel that you get everything, right? living in the US, who doesn't? I mean, how many of you want to go to US to study or live? Let's assuming that money or time is not a problem. Nobody? Okay, some of you, right? But I was there for 12 years. I was quite happy for a while. I was finding the jobs interesting, exciting, challenging, and I kind of keep setting my goals. Okay, this is what I want to do. Okay, next, this is what I want to do. And I kind of getting that, I realized my goals like that, right? But then at the end of the day, I feel like something was missing. I feel that some part of me wanted to connect and share my learning. I realized that I like my job, but not so much that um, I will, let's say, sacrifice my family, sacrifice my dream, or sacrifice my interaction with other community members. And that's when this opportunity came up. Okay, the school here at OPH Indoor University reaching out to the talents and also the faculty members around the globe to find people to come and join here. I started to ask myself whether this is the right time to make a change. It's not an easy decision, let me tell you. But one thing that kind of got me to make this decision is I have always I lived in US for so long, and I feel like I hit a plateau where I know what my life is going to be for the next 20 to 30 years, and I find it very boring. You buy a house, you got a mortgage, you have babies, then you get a car, and you get a bigger car, you get bigger houses, and then you retire. And then what? After you retire, what? So I realized that that's not something I want. I have this tendency to want to know more about different cultures. I mean, that's part of the reason why I wanted to study in the US, to get to know a little bit more about Western cultures. But I feel that I already understood how that system works. And on the other side of the globe, India, wow, it's popping up on the news every so often, right? A lot of things are happening in India. They have the fastest economic growth. They have the huge population who are going to join the workforce. I mean, of course, in India, you have the problems that you have to face, but at the same time, the opportunities here are booming, and I have no idea what India as a country is. Although I work with so many Indian engineers when I was at my job. So many of my team members are from India. So that's when I say, okay, it's time to go. I think the God has gave me a message by working with so many people. I like them and I don't like them. I need to know more, a little more about them. And the OPG Indo Global University provided me a very interesting environment, because it's a university with a global vision and wanted to attract international talents and wanted to actually build something that connects India as a developing country, but develop talents here to connect with the rest of the world. And I feel that the world should be even more connected than what we are seeing today. So I'm going to just give you a gift before we go, and I'm going to actually write on the board a bit. I know our time is a little bit limited because you guys have classes later, right? Yes? Okay, this is an exercise usually I walk students through. If they have a bit more time, I will just get them take out a piece of paper and do it together. But since our time is limited today, I wanted to share this with you. I mean, what are these? What are these? Nobody can tell, huh? 3 circles, right? 3 circles. The first question that I want you to start thinking today, because we are talking about career and we are talking about global career, and we are talking about finding a global career that fulfill you in the time that you are going to join companies. So first of all, I want you to think about what you really enjoy. What kind of things that you really enjoy? Okay, that's number one. What are the things that you really love? And the second question I need you to think about is, what kind of talents do you have? When I say talents, these are things that you feel that you can do very easily. You know, maybe some people can just cook very well good meals, and others can do very good drawings. Think about the talents that you have and you are good at it. Okay, that's a second question that you guys need to think about. The third question that I want you to think about is, think about your community. I mean, this community can be as small as your family or as big as a cause that you feel very important. A cause like, you know, it's very important to empower women, or it's very important to protect animals, or things like that. There will be something that it's important to think about. Why am I drawing these three circles? Someone, do I have an audience who can take a guess of what I'm trying to share with you? Anyone? No? Nobody? Give it a try. Anybody? No? No? Yes, please.
Ma'am, all the things are related to our life, like love, talents, community, and all is related to the life which we do, and means everything is associated with our lives. That's it. I want to say.
Excellent. Excellent. Exactly. So that's a great, that's exactly what I want to share with you. As you can see, right? The questions that I want you guys to ask, what happened, is actually to start explore. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Yeah, thank you. So what I want you to do starting today, if you have, okay, this is the secret sauce. What happened? Anyway, try to ask yourself these three questions starting today and trying to explore. Thank you. Trying to explore exactly what you love, what your talents are, and what do you care the most in the community. I mean, if you look at these three circles right now, they only have a tiny little sweet spot overlapping, right? That's the important area that you need to tap into if you are looking at a career that you want to get to and be excited about. And as I share with you, my journey, I didn't start with this. I started with, oh, you know, I did this already. Huh. Now what's next? Yep. Okay. And now what's next? It took me a little longer to get to this. But I didn't want to give up. I keep trying and I continue to try. But the reason why I'm here today is hopefully this message can be passed on to you so that you can start at a much earlier journey than I did. Another thing that I want to share with you is when we are talking about management or business studies, it's a very big, broad term, right? It's big. Anything is business. Come on. Everything is business, right? And if you can actually get this picture a little clear, once you join the program or once you can decide that, okay, maybe business is what you want to pursue. when you join our JGBS program, Jindo Global Business School, one of the things that we are trying to get students do is explore in their first year on where their specializations they want to be. If you want to say be in a brand manager in the future, then marketing can be your major. If you are interested in studying the global supply chain, knowing how the goods ship from one place to another, how to reduce costs, things like that, supply management can be a concentration for you. So there are various concentrations that in our school that will support you to support the vision that you have for yourself. And we have brochures, obviously you can see more details on these programs. But I think today the most important message that I would like to get, give you is making sure that you start to answer these questions yourself. And it's not going to be just a one day exercise. It's a continuous journey that you can start doing for the rest of your life, actually. And if you can actually try to expand this circle, I hope one of these days you are able to convert. It will become one big circle, right? They can move towards the center. So what you love exactly is what you are good at. What you are good at is exactly what your community needs. And that's kind of the dynamic process that I want you guys to walk through for the rest of your career, the rest of your life. All right? Is this clear, or do I need more explanation on this? Yes? Excellent. The next, the last thing that I want to talk about is the collaboration, the international exposures that you can have at our school. And this is not limited to business school. This is across the board for all the schools that we have. You will have the partners over 130 countries, schools globally that you are able to either go to get a second degree or do a study abroad program for 1 semester, or you can do a summer immersion trip. There are different forms of global exposure that you can take part in. Some students say that, oh, budget is a concern. I don't have so much funds to sponsor these trips. That is also okay, because what I can tell you is, as soon as you enter our campus, you are going to see the global campus that we created for our students. And currently, we actually have students from UTD, University of Texas in Dallas, who is doing exchange here. We have students from Chinese universities who are doing exchange here. And this past winter, I just took a group of our students to go to Taiwan and have some cultural exchange as well. So these are the things that you guys can actually immerse yourself in the global culture much, much earlier than the time that you join the workforce. And these are the unique, I think, the feature that we have at JGU. So right now, I want to open up to questions to see if you have anything that you want to know more, or about the law school, about studying in business. Anyone?
Please feel free to ask questions. It's very, very important. But these three questions which Jasmine told, I mean, what you love, what you care about, the community part, and what you are talented about. Finding answer to these three questions as early as possible in your life can be great for your careers. So, I mean, after a BBA program, I don't know how many of you are in the final year, final semester, sixth semester of BBA. But I think many of you might be in the sixth semester or fourth semester, or you have just started. But I will tell you one thing, it's very, very important to get into higher education. You've already got into an undergrad program, but you have to aspire to do a great master's program. And it's always great to study in a residential campus. There is some reason, there is some logic, there is some genuine, academic reasons why the IIMs are residential, why IITs are residential, why AIMS or Maulana Azad Medical College is residential, why most of the leading higher education institutions are residential. We are a very, premier residential university. Uh, all our programs are residential. We have some 2,800 students on our campus, some 250 faculty members in all different programs. And what we have done differently, I would like to add few things before we close, is one, the kind of, rather I will like to show you a small video of 5 minutes. So if you can have some idea about the campus. And also I will encourage all of you, any thought in your mind about studying management or studying law, any doubt, you can just come up with your questions. And my expertise for many years, other than the academic subjects of law, has been promoting and strengthening the 3-year LLB program in the country. So I'm a very big supporter of Delhi University Law Faculty, also the institution to which I belong. And I have been an advocate of even encouraging the national law schools. I have spoken to many vice chancellors. I have encouraged some leading national law schools to think about offering a 3-year LB program on their campuses. So some of the vice chancellors, like one of Nalsar Hyderabad, or even NLU Delhi, Professor Ranbir Singh, they have been very, very encouraging. Maybe your batch, your group may not be having that opportunity, but in future, I'm very keen that Indian legal education system should have opportunity, and the finest opportunity for the graduate students. Because my experience at Jindal Global Law School is that the faculty members who teach our LLB class, because our faculty comes from almost every top law school of the world. We have 25 professors who are having background of Oxford University, some 15 professors who are from Harvard University. There are another 8 from Columbia. There are people from Cambridge, Yale, Cornell, uh, California, Berkeley, Singapore National University, University of Melbourne, Sydney, all over the world. And they all are full-time residential people. They are not visiting or part-time people who come and give a lecture and go. They all are full-time people who are giving their life to our institution. We might be the only law school in India who have been successful in retaining a Harvard professor for last 5 years. We have another professor from Stanford Law School, Professor Armin Rosenkranz. When I was doing my LLB at Delhi University, the only textbook available in environmental law was that written by Armin Rosenkranz. And the same book I refer to in my LLM program as well. I never imagined, even in my wildest dreams, that someday Professor Armin Rosenkranz will be sitting in a chamber next to me and teaching on full-time basis in an Indian law school. And this is 3rd year he is spending on our campus. Some professor who has actually taught for more than 30, 40 years in the US higher education system, and who was actually nominated by the students to the Stanford Board of Trustees. He was actually elected by students not once but twice to become a member of Board of Trustees in Stanford. And he chose to be in India, to be in Jindal, to be in our campus for last 3 years. That's itself, that's how the entire globe is recognizing our efforts in building a very serious institution of higher education and legal learning in the country. So I'd like to invite all of you to explore. If anyone has ever given a thought of studying law, I will welcome you to ask your questions. We have a small video, a university video. You can just have a look, and then be ready with some questions. I will really encourage before we close, we could answer some of your queries. Thank you very much. So the video could be started.
My My name is Lloyd. I am from Mozambique.
I'm Disha Rangi.
I'm Avni Bhatt.
Tamba Yadav.
I'm Parvaz.
I'm Palak Sehgal.
My name is Gargi. I'm from Ahmedabad.
Hi, my name is Chiranjit Dhaya. I'm a third year BLLB student in OP Jindal Global University.
I came to see JGU, Jindal Global University, and I loved this place the time I came. And I made up my mind the time I saw the flagpole there that I will be here for 5 years.
I thought I was really mature. I thought I was smart. But after coming here, I think I've actually had to face real life situations. And these situations have truly helped me grow as a person.
It is a world within a world, so it's far from reality, but in some very unconventional manner, it prepares us for reality. JGU is one of the prettiest campuses I've been to any law school.
The hostel is very good. You get any kind of facilities you need. All the cleaning and laundry service, food service is very good.
The mess is amazing. The food quality is amazing. It's very hygienic.
I feel it's better to have a food court on campus as it provides us with more variety.
And with brands like Chicago Pizza and AFC, it's really convenient and tasty.
Hostels are fully air conditioned, have a library on each floor.
As you can see, there is a huge snooker table in front of me. We have TVs, we have music systems.
Laundry service, cleaning service, everything is taken care of.
I think we have everything we could have asked for. It's a home away from home. I think the faculty is one of the reasons I came to this university to begin with.
The faculty here is truly remarkable. Harvard, Yale, Oxford, Cambridge are the names of few universities where our professor come from. No university in India has such phenomenal faculty.
The professors are brilliant. They are interactive. They are approachable. They're a fun lot. And our student-professor relationships are very different from what I found in other colleges.
We have a very good faculty-student bonding as well. And they are the ones who act not only as a faculty, not as only as a teacher, but they also act as a mentor to us.
They know that we have problems in speaking English, and so they understand what kind of situations are we facing and try to help us.
JGU has given me a platform to think beyond my capabilities. This college is actually global, wherein they provide the immersion program exchange and then the semester exchange.
It's given me the opportunity to spend one semester in Hamburg at Bucerius Law School. So it was an extremely comparative and holistic experience of the law that I got.
So the placement cell is one of the most active cell in the Jindal Global Business School at present because we are having a 100% track record of placement.
After first year, we also got an excellent internship opportunities. We have a very close-knit alumni who actually go out of your way and help you out. And even if you meet some alumni across the town, or if you meet them in Delhi or perhaps anywhere you go in India, since it's a residential university, I was a little skeptical at first that, oh, okay, if I have a class, what am I supposed to do after class and what am I going to do on campus, the whole day.
Where do I start from? Where do I end from? You name the event, it happened on campus. You name the party that happened on campus.
Every second day there's a good ethnic night or there's a Bollywood night, and then there's also sports activities.
Mostly parties are on the weekends, so we used to finish our assignments by Thursday and then we used to party. So it was really fun being here.
Everybody put your hands in the air.
We participated in the cultural night. People from Kerala, for example, they danced pretty well.
If you love sports, is that you will always have something to do on campus all the time.
We have tennis, we have cricket, we have basketball.
We have two major fests. One is Viswamil, that is our cultural fest, and the second one is Magnus, which is our sports fest.
So starting with 20 people around a mess table, we now have
850 participants from across the country every year.
If there is someone who likes Indian music, there is something for them. If there's someone who likes theatre, we have a theatre fest in our college.
JGU Campus Radio. And it's one of its kind actually. It's a small idea about just starting something new and experimenting with our own scope.
The main objective of ours in this clinic is to aim and bridge the gap between classroom learning and legal accessibility.
You are not restricted by any age-old practices. You can start traditions, you can start societies. You just need to have one idea that you're passionate about, and you can find all the support that you need in this college to sort of take it forward and make what you want out of it.
It is simply a life-changing experience here. I love everything about this place, the culture, the focus, the support, and endless opportunities ahead.
We think new, we think first.
We think different.
We are JGU.
We are JGU. We are JGU.
We are JGU.
JGU has had a major contribution in transforming me in terms of academics and conduct.
I found myself here, feel like a global citizen.
We are young, we are global, we are innovative.
We are JGU.
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 So thank you very much, all of you, for being here. I think we are done with the time, so rather a little late. So any query if you have, feel free to ask. You have some brochures given to you, just go through it.
Born for Entrepreneurs presents
We
top
are
10
actually
universities in India.
the closest, place from your campus here. So most welcome to visit the campus whenever you wish. And thank you very much, ma'am, both of you, for organizing this.